Hello, 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 and welcome back to the College Alumni Tournament here in Madden 23 for the final game of the first round of the tournament. And in this one, we got a Big Ten matchup between Wisconsin and Iowa. You can probably tell who's who. Obviously, Iowa's uniforms are very similar to the Steelers, and Wisconsin wearing the red jerseys. Should be a fun matchup. And let's go ahead and get to the rosters. All right, starting out with Iowa, who is the 6th seed. We have C.J. Beathard at quarterback. We got Tyler Goodson at running back. Derek Watt, fullback. We got some tight ends playing wide receiver today due to the lack of wide receiver depth, but it should work out for them. Top two wide receivers are actually tight ends with Hawkinson and Fant. Kittle's still rocking tight end one. Offensive line's really good, as you can see. Yeah, looking good. D-line, decent. Nothing spectacular. Linebackers are also pretty solid. Secondary is also solid. No really strong weaknesses, but you do got Micah Hyde, free safety. He's going to be really good for them. And then you got kickers. Punter is auto-assigned, but kicker is a real Iowa kicker. Now, looking at the Bills, a.k.a. Wisconsin. Quarterback, none other than Russell Wilson. See how he plays. Jonathan Taylor at running back. Alec Ingold at fullback. A couple decent receivers, nothing special. Jake Ferguson, tight end. Another really solid offensive line. Both teams should be able to run the ball pretty well behind these offensive lines. Defense is going to be, they got some holes, but they also got guys like J.J. Watt. He's going to be running D-tackle in this game due to lack of inside depth. Then they got, I don't know if I said T.J., I meant J.J. T.J. Watt's going to be edge rushing at left outside linebacker. T.J. Edwards going to be good for them in the middle. And yeah, they got pretty crappy secondary, and kickers and punters are also auto-assigned. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, and also joining me as usual is my good friend Miguel. Miguel, how you feeling about this matchup?
Feeling pretty solid, and I know normally we wait a bit to get to that question, but you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now. I want Wisconsin to win. I'm looking forward to see what the Watt brothers do, especially my choice was very influenced by J.J. Watt's retirement decision, and so I'm hoping he has a wonderful game today.
All right. Let's see, who do I like the Iowa offense. They get a good offensive line. I don't like the offense, but I think it's interesting having three tight ends out there basically at all times. And what in the world was that throw? He had him open on a slant. That was just awful. But
I was gonna say the one perk with Iowa's offense though, if they try to somehow get the run game going, you now have two tight ends that block better than most receivers out wide. So maybe that does help with the running game a little bit.
I was thinking that before as well. I think I might have mentioned that in the selection show video.
Yeah, as your co-host, I definitely researched and watched that video 100%. And we're looking at, how do you pronounce his last name? Berthard?
C.J. Beathard.
He goes under center and slings it, and I believe that is, I can't tell who that is getting the first, or not even the first, second one, and that was SC. I don't know if I did that one right.
I don't know either. They will get the first down, going 5 wide here.
No offense to these players, but one of the crappy things about being like a low overall, like unknown kind of guy, you really don't know names of people like that.
Risky throw, but somehow gets to the receiver. It's going to be weird seeing a receiver wearing a Steelers uniform, even though they are basically identical to Iowa's, wearing number 84. It looks like Antonio Brown.
Honestly, it's going to be weird seeing Mike Tomlin going against the Steelers in a Bills coach uniform.
Yeah, we, like you guys know, we try to get coaches that match. I mean, we can do one ourselves and perfect the schemes for the teams, but for one, it's just to spin the wheel, and Mike Tomlin was who Wisconsin got stuck with. We couldn't really fix it or get him a different coach. But already inside the 2, down to the 1 is Iowa.
You know,
they are
other than
cruising right now.
Other than the dot to the dirt earlier in this drive, the Thor is actually playing a decent game right now. You know, move the ball downfield, not afraid to make those kind of throws that you'd see, you know, other more seasoned quarterbacks would make.
Smith Marset, I believe is how you say it. He's been, I think it's like, might be his like 3rd reception this drive.
I mean, give me Marset over Schuster. I said it. No, I'm kidding.
See if they can punch it in. It will
pass
wide open.
And they get it. I believe that's Hawkins socks. Yes, sir. What a touchdown. We love Hawkinson. Yes, sir.
Yep, making a really good route from the wide receiver spot. Still a 80+ overall at receiver. And I think that move to wide receivers just to get him on the field is looking like it's worth it.
I was going to say, at first looking like a gamble, now looking like it's paying off. With points on the board, Iowa is the first to score.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of different success stories around the tournament of players that have switched positions to help benefit team needs that have really paid off. Like you look at just a couple off the top of my head. You look at Isaiah Simmons, who, I mean, he's played linebacker in his career, but moving from safety to linebacker, I believe led the team in tackles. He's really like the main linebacker presence for that team. They don't really have anybody else. And same with Florida State. Derwin James moving from safety to linebacker. He had like 2, at least, I think he had 2 picks. One was a pick 6. I think he led the team in tackles. Maybe Hawkinson has a day like that for Iowa where he leads the team in receiving or something like that.
And then I remember there was a game where Devonta Freeman got moved to receiver. I don't remember if they won that game, but he definitely contributed. Yeah, he definitely contributed, and he ended up being like, if not the, I'm not gonna say top receiver, but definitely like top 5 in that game.
Yeah, he was making moves out of the slot, Florida State.
Speaking of moves, let's see if Russ can cook here, and we won't get a chance to see it because he gives it to Jonathan Taylor, who gets about 9 yards, a pretty solid run. Definitely the biggest threat, or one of the biggest threats on that Wisconsin offense.
Well, you can definitely say he is the biggest threat.
I am curious to see how Russell Wilson performs, because this ain't Seahawks prime Russell Wilson. This is burnt whatever meal he's cooking Broncos Russ. So this is gonna be interesting. Oh, he go with the play action. Let's see it here, and he throws dot to a receiver, surprisingly.
Between 2 defenders. Solid pass. I will say I do like how the uniforms turned out for this matchup. I always pick the teams based off uniforms, but I mean I don't think I could have done much better with these 2 teams.
I do like the red jerseys. Definitely a look I think the Bills should rock a little more often. Especially you get some blue pants in there, you make it a Spider-Man uniform. That'd be kind of sick. Oh, what
they got
a reception.
Red helmets too.
Oh, and then fun fact, you may not care, but fun fact, Spider-Man is a Mets fan.
You were right about the first part.
That's tough. Looking for a bit of a trap play right there. Gets about 4 yards.
You know, I was a little worried with the playbook. They were auto-assigned, being the lower seed. The lower seeds are always assigned, like the random-ish playbooks. But Russ getting sacked right there. But I like how they've been feeding Jonathan Taylor a good bit this first drive. I was worried that they might be a little more pass-heavy, or a little more balanced. I do think they should run the ball a little bit more behind the offensive line with a good offensive line on Jonathan Taylor, but I mean, Russ has been doing decent so far.
I will say I thought we were going to see like a prime Russ moment right there, a little escape artist type action, but sadly he gets caught up in that Iowa defense.
Is their horn good?
Huh?
Did you not hear the horn?
Like the horn in game?
Yeah.
Oh, I have in-game volume. Or wait, no, aren't you the one controlling volume?
I am controlling volume.
Then how do I not hear? Oh, well.
Have you not been able to hear anything the whole series?
I thought that was like a you thing. I mean,
Nah, I can hear.
I guess it's the first time I'm noticing it.
I guess through screen shares you just can't hear audio.
I know. I'd assume you could. I think maybe it's a setting on my end.
Maybe. Micah Hyde in there on the tackle. Still going to be 1st and 10 for Wisconsin. Big pickup there.
Rose going under center. Hands it
And
off
they
to
will
Jonathan
feed
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Already 5 carries for 30 yards on the first offensive drive for Wisconsin.
Ooh, but now he's looking a bit tired. Do you hand it off to him again and have the risk of fumbling? Oh, they hand it.
When his name is Jonathan Taylor, yes you do.
What a touchdown. What a run. Very well deserved by Jonathan Taylor right there.
You know, I think the tone has been set for this game so far, with it likely about to be 7-7. I didn't say it beforehand, but I thought this game would be one of the slowest games out of the tournament so far. And so far, through 2 drives, we have 2 touchdowns. I mean, we'll see if it keeps up, but it was a little surprising to me. I didn't think we'd see many points scored in this game.
I said, now begs the question, who is going to be the first team to make a mistake? Because, I mean, you have Iowa who played a really good drive, but I mean, if they mess up, especially against a higher seed team, that could be the end of them for this game.
I mean, you do say that they are the higher seed team, but it is, I believe, the 6th seed Iowa, and that would make Wisconsin the 12th seed or the 11th seed, which I mean, it should be one of the well-balanced matchups. Especially, like, the lower you get, it starts to level out as very top-heavy. It's not going to be like a 1 seed versus a 15 seed, that's for sure, or a 16 seed. So hopefully it should be one of the closer games.
Yeah. I'm really loving the throws that Bethard has made so far. Not like we see a lot of these quarterbacks; they'll take the like easy, open, drags or check downs. But yeah, he's trying to move the chains and score some points, and we like to see that.
Just for future reference, just so the Iowa fans out there, if there's any watching, make sure you get their quarterback's name pronunciation correct. I believe it is C.J. Beathard, not Bethard.
I'm just call him CJ.
That works too.
Man. I had the same mistake yesterday commentating wrestling. There was a guy we kept calling like Alanis, and we just started going by Adrian because we couldn't do his last name.
Whatever works, I guess.
Picking up 6 on that play. Take a look at the replay. He slings it.
Oh, where is gloves at?
That's disgusting. Can somebody please have him ejected for crappy like uniforms? Like not uniform, but like lack of gear. Oh. Like at least gloves. Like I get no arm sleeve,
no stuff,
but like no gloves.
Noah Fant, I believe that is his first reception from the receiver position.
Mike Tomlin was asked, to throw a challenge, probably to get that one guy without the gloves drug tested to see if he's hires on, because that's just weird.
He is a backup tight end, so.
But who?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, wasn't there supposed to be a snow game?
According to Madden, it was a snow game, but we're looking at some clear skies today. Ladies and gentlemen, where else can you get play-by-play commentary and weather reports? Nowhere. That's why you should always keep watching.
I'm glad it wasn't a snow game, to be honest. I don't like having variables like that in games like this. We're trying to see who is the better team.
Oh, Goodson having a good run, though. Finally a name that we cannot butcher.
Going 5 wide here, 3 tight ends out there. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
CJ slinging it to the defense.
And that will
and
go
they're taking it to the casa.
to the house.
To the apartment. That's a tough one.
Just missed with the throw, and it cost him big time. Russell
Definitely
Wilson
not.
flexing to the crowd.
Definitely not what Iowa needed right there. That's a tough one. Oh, for a minute, it almost looked like a no look catch for a second. I don't know if it was the way he was animated or what, but that kind of threw me off for a second. Imagine being that sick with it that you don't even look, you just catch the pick and take it to the field. Extra point is good. 14-7 is your score in this first half, or the first quarter. My bad. Technically still first half, but yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who wants to become a future commentator, some professional advice: do not eat Taco Bell prior to you commentating. It will scramble your brain cells. That could just be my natural way of life, but don't eat Taco Bell prior to commentating. All right, CJ and the squad back on the field. Going double running back set here. Oh, a little play action. Nice way to move the chains right there. You know, if he could just avoid the interceptions, I think he could possibly have a great game. He just got to avoid the interceptions.
I mean, he's been having a good day, completion percentage wise. So is Smith Marset. He's been really effective out of the slot. Been getting open.
But he's looking a bit. That's Smith Marset down at the bottom. He's looking a bit tired. Oh, you know who's not tired? George Skittles. Yes, sir.
I think all three tight ends have now gotten into the reception column.
Let's see what CJ does here.
Ooh, gotta get rid of it, and he does.
I think that's the first time I've seen one of these quarterbacks in this tournament throw the ball away before he gets hit. That's where all of them either keep it themselves or try to force a pass. That could just be...
he might have been
fumble.
down.
Oh, but he picks it up.
It's gonna cost him a few yards.
But I mean, it's still better than the worst case scenario, which would have been a turnover, which they've already suffered from.
Yeah, I thought he was down previous.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Catches it, shots taken for 0 yards, and he was down.
Ground caused that fumble, but they're not gonna look at it.
Are they just that confident in their offense?
I guess so. I mean, it is. The computer should know all.
Oh, and they get the first despite the setback.
If we're looking at offensive efficiency so far, and in the tournament in general, this Iowa offense they're creating time against one of the better pass rushes in the tournament. I mean, everybody's getting open. They've just had one major miscue that obviously gave 7 points to the other team, and it's still the first quarter, but so far this offense looks really efficient.
Oh, 100%. Everybody has done a good job. Tight ends, receivers, running backs, quarterback, O-line. I mean, everybody has done a decent job. And I don't know if you said it earlier, but who'd you have winning this game?
I don't think I did, but just because of the consistency in the Iowa defense, I'm going to say Iowa.
Really?
Iowa has a secondary as well as a decent front seven. Wisconsin lacks secondary. They lack receiving options. Now, Iowa does lack a good quarterback and a good running back, but they have pretty much everything else covered. I mean, they don't have receivers, but they got tight ends that can fill in. And we have seen teams that don't have quarterbacks, don't have running backs, still be able to make plays when they have weapons to work with, and we're seeing that with Iowa right now. So even though we have seen a quarter of the game, I'm going to go ahead and take Iowa.
And Iowa with the touchdown. Yeah. A play that should have gone for negative yards or no yards turns into a touchdown, and this game is tied once again. Definitely a nice little back and forth we got going on here.
On pace for a shootout.
I about to say, you know, it's been a hot minute since we had an overtime game, and man, I don't know about you, but I love it when we go into those kind of games. Definitely a down to the wire kind of matchup. You gotta love it. All right, let's see if we can lock in the extra point to tie it up. And they do. It is 14-14. Alright. Looking to punt. And Wisconsin returning. And they're going to get to about the 27-yard line. Russ going under center. So Wisconsin can pull out of their bag of tricks here. And they pull a dot that moves the chains. I mean, we've been talking about CJ, but I mean, as of right now, Russ has played a pretty clean game. I mean, realistically, he hasn't had as much field time as CJ as of right now, but you know, he still played clean. Especially, gotta love the help that Jonathan Taylor's bringing to help get those yards, making Russ's job a little easier when it comes to having to get the first.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing a good job getting him the ball so far, which I'm very pleased with, considering they were auto-assigned their offensive playbook. Oh, that is not what you want to see.
Now,
could he have been down?
I guess called back. Let's take a look at the replay here. I don't know, 2 fumble scares in one game.
I don't know. They're running out there.
Both teams have to be careful. I mean, on both sides, there's been a fumble scare. They gotta do better at carrying the ball.
They will take a look at it.
You know, I'd probably take a guess here and say they're gonna overturn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it gets overturned. That's just a perfect view with the orange thing just right in the way. It might have been loose before his elbow hit. I don't know if his butt was down or not. I have to look at it again.
Let's see what the rest of the
It will
here.
remain Wisconsin ball. 3rd and 2, still a chance for Iowa to get off the field here.
Oh, they're looking at another run play. Jonathan Taylor getting the chance to kind of make up for the fumble scare, and they do get the first.
And that is not going to be an easy stop for any team when you got an offensive line built like the one that Wisconsin has and a running back like Jonathan Taylor back there. Nobody above like a low 70 on this defensive line for Iowa.
I will say, if Jonathan Taylor's already running like pretty good and it's pretty scary. Now, if he gets his X factor at some point, he'd be even more dangerous.
Russ had multiple seizures on that play. He definitely could have cut it upfield a couple times and just gotten more yards.
Russ remembering a LeBron quote mid-play, but I mean, they still got the yards, and I mean, now they moved the chains. So, I mean, I guess good job to Russ, but like, I guess make it a little cleaner next time. So you just hear play action.
Oh, that guy just got manhandled by those 2 offensive linemen.
And Jonathan getting manhandled as well. Only getting about 2 yards right there. No Jonathan Taylor run, this time getting only 1 yard.
They'll go 5 wide here on this 3rd and 7. Plenty of time in the pocket, but he's going to take off anyway, see if he can get there with his legs. No.
I think if he took a different angle at it, he probably had him beat, but I think he got a little too close to the D-line right there.
I agree. I think if he kept running it to the sideline, I think he could have outran that defensive end.
I said one critique.
For a field goal.
One critique I have of Russell Wilson's play right now, when he runs the ball, I mean, you can clearly tell that he's made up his mind in running the ball. I kind of wish he, like, as he runs, he kind of still somewhat looks downfield and looks for an open target. But, I mean, they're about to put points up on the board to take the lead, so, I mean, if it ain't broke. All right, 17-14 is your score as of right now. Let's see where Iowa can take it here. They get about the 24-yard line. Smith Marset on the return. He's had a pretty solid game here today at receiver.
He has, like, he is really the only true receiver on the field at most of the time. He might be the only one from Iowa. They might have two. But he is definitely the best of the two at around a 69 overall. Cannot keep 2 feet in there.
And, I mean, either way, it was good to get through it away. He was about to get sacked there. So, I mean, you know, despite it being an incompletion, it was probably the best thing that could have possibly happened. That throw going for about 4 yards.
See if they can convert this 3rd and 6 to keep the drive alive.
Oh, CJ sending out the running back wide. See what CJ does here. Oh, he slings it to the running back, and he moves the chains.
Already approaching through 200 passing yards. Still got 9 minutes to go in the half.
Let's see what CJ and the rest of the Iowa crew got going on here. You know, a quick sling to the curl route gets him by 8 yards. CJ looking a bit upset though, maybe looking for a roughing the passer call.
Mr. No Gloves there again with their catch. There's his 4th reception.
He's playing pretty solid for a guy with no gloves.
Oh, spins off a man.
I mean, that spin move that running back has is very dangerous. I mean, Goodson did a spin move something like that to to get another first down earlier in the game, and then, I mean, he's known for, I mean, clearly he's known for breaking tackles because he even like broke a tackle to get into the end zone. So I mean, they're asking him to extend the plays, and guess what? He's making those plays.
And I just want to point out, this has nothing to do with this game, but at the bottom, I know at the end of last game, we could see this is an AFC Championship matchup. And the last game, we could see the NFC Championship matchup, which was the Commanders and the Saints, which you can see right there. That's LSU and Alabama, and LSU beating Alabama in that one. Last game, it was the reverse. Now, these teams aren't going to be perfect. These teams could have signed free agents. Not that there's many upgrades that could have been made to either of those two teams, but that's just showing that game could go either way if they ever match up, which would have to be in the championship. That could be a fun matchup.
Speaking of going either way, CJ almost throwing a pick, and the defense could have gone to the crib with the pick six if they had got it.
Is there a matchup that you have your eyes on in the next round? I'll go over them in a second because you might not remember them all. And obviously this game's not over yet.
I was going to say anything with Georgia I'm obviously looking forward to.
That is a fair point. You got Georgia and Florida State. Well, let's see if they make this kick to tie it up here first.
It might be
do you think they have an actual kicker?
That might be a little bit far.
And I think it was right as well.
The replay.
Yeah, that was right, and it might have been short. Hard to tell from that angle.
Definitely the look of heartbreak on the coach's face.
But yeah, looking forward to next round. Obviously, still have this game left. But you got Georgia and Florida State. Florida State so far the only upset in the tournament. Then you're going to have Alabama playing Notre Dame.
Okay.
You're going to have Ohio State playing Clemson.
Okay, this would be a good matchup.
And then you will have the winner of this game playing LSU.
Ooh.
Any of those pique your interest?
I mean, definitely the Alabama game, only because I want Alabama to lose.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't think Notre Dame's got what it takes.
Ooh. I guess we'll have to find out when that matchup comes along.
Honestly, Alabama's got a pretty easy path to the championship if I had to call it. The only two teams that are in the same realm to compete with a team like them is Ohio State and LSU. And obviously upsets can happen, and we've seen some upsets happen, but that's just the way I see it. I do think Georgia could make it an interesting game. They just got a solid team all around, not many holes, but I do see Alabama taking that one if they do meet up. We'll see.
And you call yourself an Auburn fan.
I'm just a unbiased spectator to these games. I hate Georgia as well, but I see Georgia beating Florida State in this next round. I don't know that Florida State gets back-to-back upsets, especially against a more balanced team than what Oklahoma was. Very one-sided. Kind of disappointed they get kicked out so early. They would have been fun to see against some other teams. But hey, I mean, you don't execute. And Florida State was playing with a faulty playbook. One didn't really fit their quarterback, and they still were able to win. So that game could be interesting.
I mean, at the end of the day, that first game just came down to bad play calls, and they could have won it, but I mean, FSU capitalized. So.
Yeah, they did not call a timeout with a chance to set themselves up for a game-winning field goal.
We probably should have put going overtime. We probably should have put a spoiler warning, but at this point, if you're this deep into the series and you haven't watched the first episode, what are you doing? Like,
facts.
If you got time to watch this game right now, go watch the other game. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Like, you really choosing to watch Wisconsin and Iowa over those other matchups? Come on now.
I mean, no disrespect to Iowa or Wisconsin, but like, bro.
Yeah, no disrespect. This is looking like one of the better games in the tournament so far, but on paper, there's a reason I chose to do this game last.
Let's see what Wisconsin could do here. And off to Jonathan Taylor, who cannot punch it in for the touchdown, but he does get a few yards. Our 2-minute warning has arrived, folks.
Wisconsin a chance to go up 2 scores.
I'm curious to see what they do here. Do they punch it with Jonathan Taylor? Do they try to go in the air?
I give it to Jonathan Taylor again. And they do, and he's in there.
And they punch it in.
Have yourself a day, Jonathan Taylor. It's still the first half. It's already 2 touchdowns for him.
I mean, definitely trying to fight that spot for game MVP, especially if his team takes the win here today.
Now 2 minutes for Iowa to try to answer, just under 2 minutes. And I believe, I'm not certain on this, I believe Iowa will get the ball to start the second half, if I'm not mistaken. Which, I mean, you score here, you get ball at the end of the half, you go and score again, you can take an easy lead. This game is still a very close game, even though it's a 10-point game at the moment.
Wisconsin looking to kick. Iowa taking out of the end zone and getting to about the 25-yard line. All right, let's see what CJ does here. I'm really curious to see how he takes his team to the end zone if he can get there. Oh, so it's a quick one to George Kittle, and he keeps fighting for the yards, getting about 8 on that play.
Woo.
Ooh,
Risky
almost
pass.
an interception. I mean, this is definitely where a low overall comes into play. I mean, don't get me wrong, Russ has a low overall too, but at least it's higher than CJ's, and B, we're going real life. I mean, he does have a lot more experience. CJ calling the pocket, throws it to the running back, who throws a man, getting about 7 yards right there. Jeez. That was a Derrick Henry kind of stiff arm. Would you rather get stiff arm or a truck?
Oh.
Oh, look at George Kittle standing on his feet.
Stiff arms for sure.
Okay. For me, it depends the way I'm stiff armed. Like, if I'm going head first in the ground, I'm not going to like it. But, like, if you're just throwing me on my chest, then it's like, it's a little more acceptable.
Down to the 1.
Hawkinsocks almost getting into the end zone.
Beathard putting up great numbers here. It's still the first half.
Hawkinson, 5 receptions, 65 yards. I mean, he's played a solid game too as well. Especially
very pass heavy.
Especially at a wide receiver position.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't expect him to be this pass heavy with the playbook that I gave them. I don't remember exactly which one it is right now, but it was a pretty balanced playbook. But I do think it has worked out for them the way that they've obviously we just see a touchdown right there for Iowa with 30 seconds left. But I do think it's worked out for them how much they've been passing the ball. Wisconsin lacks a good secondary. Now Iowa, I mean, they do have passing options, not many good receivers, but they've been taking advantage of that, especially with all the time that their good offensive line's been able to give them, even with the good pass rushers on Wisconsin.
Was that that touchdown looked a little sketchy. And I believe that was the backup running back. I believe his name's Sargent, something like that, with the touchdown. All right, 24-21 is your, Mackay Sargent. Call him Sergeant Mackay. That sounds cool. It's 24-21 with 30 seconds left in the second. Wisconsin looking to return. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's Madden, but I am very disappointed that there have been no, like, punt or kick returns. It would have been very cool to see one of those. Jonathan Taylor having a good day on the ground. Honestly, both of these offenses have had such solid days here today. Oh, what a dot by Russ.
Quick timeout, and they are not far away from field goal range.
Maybe now I can start trusting Russ in the kitchen. Russ going under center. He lets the ball fly, and they do move the chains. They can put even more
another
points
timeout, and they do.
Oh, there could be even more points on the board here.
Got one timeout in their pocket. Should take a shot at the end zone. Doesn't look like they'll go that far.
Oh, and he almost got stripped right there.
There will be that last timeout to set them up for a field goal.
Now the question is, okay, so maybe they go very very risky and try to just go for it. Kick is up. Kick is good. Score now being 27-21. 21. Can you do something for me? Something them ops snacks for me. Sorry. And the return gets to about the 24-yard line, and we go into the half.
Really good game so far. I was not expecting it to be this high scoring, though.
I mean, I think that's very. I think that's correct. I mean, both these teams, I mean, are not exactly the best teams in this tournament, but I mean, they're playing like they are the best. Both offenses having solid drives, getting to the end zone multiple times. I mean, so kudos to both teams right now.
All right, and we are back for the second half. A really tight Big Ten matchup here in the first round. Last game of the first round. That ball is taken out to the 24. Earlier I said Iowa started off with the ball. I was mistaken. It'll be Wisconsin with a chance to go down and make it a two-possession lead if they can put any kind of points on the board right here.
Let's see what the rest of this Wisconsin offense can do here. Going under center. And they give it to old reliable Jonathan Taylor fighting for the yards, making it 2nd and 4.
Now I will say, the reason that I think, obviously Wisconsin looking like they might have the edge against Iowa right now, the reason I think Iowa could go a little further in this tournament is you look at their defense, it's a little more balanced. They got guys in the secondary with Hyde and a few solid corners, which Wisconsin lacks. Another good carry right there by Jonathan Taylor. But you look at the offense, I think this offense for Wisconsin is very one-dimensional. I don't think they got good receiving options. I mean, they haven't thrown the ball that much to really give me a good idea of what they have. But Iowa's looked very well-balanced, or at least have the potential to be well-balanced with a good offensive line. And even though the running back is not the best, they're having a lot of success in the air that I did not expect. Russell Wilson 15 for 15 though.
I said Russell Wilson definitely having a good game, 100%.
Take off here.
And taking off despite the QB spy. Iowa was ready for Russell to take it with his feet. Here. I was slinging it to Jonathan Taylor, who drops it after getting hit hard. I believe that was my guy.
That is the first incompletion for Russell Wilson.
Oof. Not a mass completion, but still fourth or 7th.
Definitely a punting situation, if you ask me.
See what they go with here. Either way, a good situation for Iowa here. They're going to definitely need to capitalize right here if they want to get back into this game. And they do punt here. Maybe they're awesome and go for the fake. Let's see.
Great.
I will be starting at the 6. All right. CJ and company coming out, hoping to get out of the that little tight hole that they're in right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, CJ slinging one to the defense yet again. Edwards with the interception, shouting out to the troops. That's a tough one. You know,
that
maybe
guy's a tight end.
Who? Edwards?
That guy with no gloves. He's a string bean to be a tight end.
We might have to do some post-game research just to double check.
I mean, he's had himself a day.
He probably would have had a better day if he had, gloves. and a better quarterback that did throw interceptions. And speaking of a quarterback that hasn't thrown interceptions, Russell Wilson slinging one for 2 yards, going empty backfield here. See if he can get a touchdown.
He will throw it away.
I thought he was going to pull like a little hezzy step and then swing for a touchdown, but he throws it to the back of the end zone. What they go with here. Either way, they are in field goal position, so they'll be definitely leaving with points this drive.
Never mind. What are you talking about? That's an interception.
I spoke a little too soon. You know, this actually kind of works for Iowa. They were at the 6, but now because of that pick, they're at the 20.
I mean, it was looking like it worked out for Wisconsin after they punted from midfield and like, oh, now we got the ball in the red zone. Iowa, they just said, oh, we got the ball at the 6. Now we got the ball out at the 20. Crazy start to this first half or second half.
He looks for the ball. He hands it off. And I believe if Gibson just ran straight instead of trying to do a little zigzag, he could have had it first.
Yeah, I mean, that might be due to the low awareness of a low overall running back. He definitely had a bigger hole right there. This offensive line is going to create plenty of those.
And I believe caught on the mic that the running back has. We heard during that play, all he said was, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God," and he couldn't make a decision, so that's why he was zigzagging.
Is that what you said?
There was breaking news.
Okay.
Your headset or your phone might not be working. Yeah. Mike Tomlin talking to his team. Already feeling bad that he's been reduced at the college level, and he did not want to go coach a high school team. DJ going into center here, hoping and praying to God or whoever he believes in to not throw another pick. Will it happen? Oh, he doesn't throw a pick, but he throws a duck to the ground. That's crazy. Hands to the running back, but going for 0 yards. You know, Iowa on the bench playing Pictionary with the coach.
3rd and 10.
So what CJ does here. Oh, he slings it. Oh,
we're going to give it to him. Oh, no. 4th and inches.
So do you go for it here? Especially with the points that they currently are?
I think I might consider going for it here. I don't think Madden will. There's still being plenty of time left. But I think I would. I mean, you haven't had much success stopping Wisconsin's offense other than that turnover. So you risk potentially going down 2 scores here if you give them the ball back and they go down and score.
Good punt. Guess return gets to about the 26. Russell Wilson throwing it to his coach on the sideline. Jonathan Taylor stiff arming man as he goes down, getting about 3 yards. Jonathan Taylor's about to reach the 100-yard mark. That was definitely a sketchy throw, and Jonathan Taylor almost had it, but sadly just could not hold on to it. With the 7th, Wisconsin is going to have to punt. And now,
Go ahead.
I was going to say this, this game, especially first half, it's looking like a shootout. Now the game's kind of slowed down a little bit.
I'm going to say Iowa's starting to figure out how to defend Russell Wilson. He was 15 for 15. He's only completed like 2 out of his last 6 or so, maybe a little more than that. I don't remember the exact number that it just showed. But definitely starting to get some more incompletions forced by this defense. See if the offense can put up some points.
Ooh, CJ almost throwing another interception. Now, was that a him interception or was that a receiver interception is the real question.
No, I think that was on him.
Running back getting about 6 on that play. I said Goodson's have like a slow but like decent game. But compared to Jonathan Taylor, I mean, there's no question on who's the better running back here today.
And they do not throw it far enough to get the first. Another 4th and short. Will they decide to go for this one? Similar situation to their last 4th and short. Maybe a little further down the field. And they will opt to punt. And that one, not a very good one. That is going to be less than a 20-yard punt kicked out of bounds. And that's the price you pay when you don't have a good punter.
See what Wilson Company can do here. A little bit of a play action.
Oh, get off of me.
Oh, breaking a tackle, getting to 2nd and 1st.
2nd and 1st.
I mean, 2nd and 1, you know what I mean. Look, man, it's been a long day. Like I said earlier, Taco Bell isn't good for, before doing these episodes. Whew. Okay, that's not me, like, saying, oh, Taco Bell, we don't want to be sponsored, but, like, I'll take, you try to throw a breakfast crunch up my way, I got you.
Good defense there. Expect them to go back to the ground here with Jonathan Taylor. Should be an easy pickup. Or it could be a big stop. And yeah, easy pickup for Jonathan Taylor. Now at 93 yards on the day.
I don't think there is such a thing as stopping Jonathan Taylor, especially with the day he's had today.
Yeah,
slow him down maybe, but stopping him, I doubt it.
Yeah, the way this offensive line is built, and you got Jonathan Taylor running behind it, this front seven is not built to stop a run game like this one. And we've seen that just about all day.
You know, a little bit of a side topic. What did you rate the breakfast crunch wraps when you tried it?
Oh,
what a ball by Russell
remember.
Wilson. Almost getting sacked, but, breaking off the defenders and just slinging one. Almost a little too high, but Cephas was able to get it. Was able to get up and then come back 10 toes down. And then, Ethan, could you repeat that one more time?
I don't remember. I think it was, I said like a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
Couldn't really taste everything that it said it had in it, so it was suspect.
I think it's because, like, in both the burrito and the breakfast crunch wrap, like, the different things that are in it are, like, they're kind of spread out, like, in a round, like they're kind of spread out a little bit in their thing.
I think it was the hash browns. It kind of neutralized other stuff that was in there.
Okay. And the hash brown will make it good. Or one of the stuff that makes it good.
Wisconsin driving.
Speaking of food, let's see if Russ can cook here. And he cooks up a first down with a side of sauce. Because he built like that. He's tired of all the doubters. He's tired of all the people mocking the "Let's Ride" quote. He is out here. He came to play. Oh, we're gonna sling it.
Completes it down to the 1. It'll be right on the first down marker.
They need to pull an anti-Pete Carroll right here and hand it off to the running back.
Give Jonathan Taylor his potential 3rd touchdown of the day.
I think he deserves it. And does he get it? Oh, Steph Arm's a man, but sadly gets pushed back a good bit. But at the end of the day, it's still a 3rd and 2. I thought he'd be 3rd and 1, you know?
I'd go right back to him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, still Jonathan Taylor. That's the first time I've seen him get stopped today.
I mean, Efren, I think the reason they got stopped was because it was I don't know how you pronounce his name. He was the one that kind of got first contact, but T.J. Watt and J.J. Watt both having abilities that can help, defeat these run blocks. Oh, but it's not gonna matter here. 1st and goal for Jonathan Taylor.
T.J. Watt and J.J. Watt are on the other team.
Oh, my bad. I completely forgot. A little bit of a brain fart. My bad, folks. Man, what is going on with me today? Did you put something in my coffee?
I have not been near you, so no. Now you give the ball to Jonathan Taylor 4 more times till you get in the end zone. I don't think there's anything else you should do.
And they finally punch it in with not Jonathan Taylor. That is a whole different schmuck right there.
Corey Clement punching it in. I was going to say Jonathan Taylor going to have a chance to compete with Ezekiel Elliott's touchdown in a game, rushing touchdown in a game record. It was set last game. He had 4. Could have been 3 for Jonathan Taylor right there, but a little too tired. Take him out. They still get 7 on the board.
If I was Jonathan Taylor, I'd be throwing hands on my time right
7.
now.
They're going to go for 2 and try to make it 14.
An interesting play call here. Let's see if they can get it. Rush slinging one to the defense.
This could be returned.
A pick 2 has been placed to order.
And it will be.
That is crazy. 10-point game, ladies and gentlemen.
That is big for Iowa. Now you need the touchdown and a field goal.
What a pick, and then what a return. Wisconsin looking to kick here. Iowa will return it to about the 35-yard line. Pretty solid return right there. All right, let's see what CJ goes for here. Under center. And decides to sling it.
Oh, and
he slings it to the defense.
Going to be 6.
Man, CJ was looking good in this game, but now has just crumbled.
Is that the second Wisconsin pick 6?
I believe it is.
And that is not going to look good for Iowa right now. They have shown the ability to move the ball through the air, but down 17, about to go into the 4th quarter.
This is a tough one. What we thought was going to be a close shootout now looking kind of starting to have the looks of a blowout.
I wouldn't say it's over quite yet, but this is definitely looking like it could be our second upset of the tournament, with the 6th seed potentially falling in this game.
Let's see what CJ can find a way to overcome these mistakes he's made.
Dumps it off. Get about 6.
I say that running back has had some decent spin moves to break these tackles. TJ looking to launch the ball, but he gets sacked by JJ.
That is not what you want to see. Yeah, just take this to the 4th. See if you can draw something up. You might be forced to go for it here if you get close enough. We're running out of possessions.
Yes, let's see what CJ does here. Sends the running back out wide.
Oh, to Kittle. Yeah, 4th and 5. Don't see them going for this. It might be worth it though.
I mean, I think they're gonna. I think they need to.
I would.
Yeah, but you wouldn't convert. Let's see what this team could do here. I'm sorry.
Wow. Got Kittle over the middle, and he hits him. That is a big conversion after being back 3rd and 18.
Definitely a better result compared to what would have happened if Ethan was the head coach.
I said they should go for it. What are you talking about?
Nah, man. If it was you head coach, the deficit would be larger.
Am I coaching Wisconsin?
You are coaching Iowa.
Yeah, I think you definitely put something in your coffee this morning. It wasn't me. Another big first down. They are moving the ball pretty efficiently so far after that setback.
The irony of it all, I don't even drink coffee.
I know.
Well, they don't know. You know, maybe the viewers care. Maybe the people at home care if I like coffee or not. I doubt it, but maybe they do.
And he has a huge hole.
I'm sorry, what'd you say about him?
He has a huge hole. And he hits it. Make it 2nd and 1.
Very, very questionable statements being made. Oh, what a catch. But it will go nowhere. I mean, either way, it's still a solid catch.
Kittle.
Tight window to Kittle.
Reliable hands to pick up the first. Keep this drive moving. I think you got to try to get a touchdown here. Obviously, you're down 17, so a field goal still keeps it 2 possessions. But give your defense a little flexibility to allow a field goal at some point in this game. I think a touchdown is obviously touchdown's what you want. Ooh.
Did you pop it out with your knee?
I don't know, but that D lineman laid out for it to try to make the catch.
I mean, hey, that's the kind of effort you want to see. Oh, speaking of effort, Smith, I forgot his last name. What's his name? Like
Marset.
Marset, there you go. I was about to say Marquette, and I know that was wrong.
Hits the hole. This offensive line's been like a wall this game, even with guys like J.J. Watt and T.J. Watt. I think if they had a really good running back, we'd be running all over this team.
100%.
He has missed some opportunities in other run plays, but right there he finds where he needs to go, picks up the first.
Let's see what CJ can muster up here.
And that would be a sack. Oh, and stumbles back even further. Loss of 17.
JJ having, finally picking things up here in this 4th quarter. You know, is it just me, or have we not seen much of his His brother, as of right now.
He's been out there. He's right there. He's just been going up against one of the best right tackles in the game with Wirfs.
A drop ball right there. You hate to see it.
He's been getting locked up. At least set yourself up for field goal range. And that should do it.
4th and 21. Can he do something for them? Can they bring the special teams against the ops for them? Can't really come up with good lyrics for them on the spot right now.
Don't think you need to. Let's see if they can try to trim it down to 14. Kick is up, and it is good. Not what you're looking for necessarily, especially the way they were moving the ball at some points during that drive, but you will take that. Defense is going to have to make a stop here, though. Can't really give up any more points, ideally.
Wisconsin returned to about the 28-yard line. Decent return.
Five wide here with a 14-point lead. And Russ will take off. He's got room. He will slide down. Smart play.
I mean, Russell had a decent game on the ground. Rather than getting sacked or tackled a couple times. I mean, he's doing decent, you know.
He is over 50 rushing yards. Already approaching midfield.
See what Russ can do here. Maybe Jonathan Taylor comes back, makes some good plays. And yes, he does. Oh, throws it, man. You know, he only got 2 yards, but, you know, he made a highlight out of somebody, so I think that's still good.
Yeah, Iowa doing a good job keeping bodies on him to prevent him from breaking a big run. Deep down the field, incomplete. Set up a 3rd and 8. Iowa needs to get a stop right here.
Definitely a sketchy play right there.
Can they get the stop? Russ got time, but not far enough. Does complete it, but it'll set up 4th and 1. Iowa going to get the ball back. Still plenty of time. Ooh.
Almost blocked. They will be at the 16-yard line. Let's see what CJ can do here. Going empty backfield. 5 wide. Looks like Hockenson was on top of his teammate for a second. But he did get 8 yards. I'll send it quickly to George Kittle, who gets the first. Another quick dot to Hawkinson. What a throw.
Iowa continuing to move the ball as they need to in the situation. They've really had no trouble moving the ball most of the game. Just had a couple crucial mistakes that got them in the situation.
Oh yeah, running back fighting for the yard. Goodson getting the first move in the chains.
Already across midfield. Now field goal does not really help you here. The only way you take a field goal is if it's 4th and very long. Like anything 6 or less, you go for it. Maybe even more than that. Hopefully they don't get in that situation. and try to make this a one-possession game with a touchdown.
See what happens here. DJ handing it off. Pitson gets about 2 yards on that play. CJ slinging a quick one to Hawkinson yet again.
Over 400 yards passing, over 50 pass attempts. Definitely been more pass heavy, which I do think has cost them in some situations. I mean, obviously the 2 pick sixes, but they've been able to move the ball.
Oh, CJ getting sacked. JJ yet again. 2.5 sacks.
This will be his last Alumni tournament. See if he can make a run in this one. He's got his team up 14 here late.
It was a replay. Just the way he bullies the lineman to get there.
Second and 15.
Quick step back. Oh, yeah, that running back cannot be having drops like that for sure.
Try to set yourself up for a 4th and manageable here. Beathard going to the sideline. 4th and 13. Do you go for this? I think you do. I mean, there's only 4 minutes left. You do still got 3 timeouts, but you got to score 2 touchdowns. Field goal doesn't really help. I think you got to go for this. And they will.
Oh, see if they can convert.
Over the middle. Oh, we had him.
Oh, he almost. But sadly, almost does not win you games and does not convert to first down.
That is where a low overall quarterback will cost you. Big moments like that. Obviously, a better quarterback makes that play, and that might have been a touchdown if he holds on to that. Makes it a one-possession game, but low overall quarterback is going to cost him. The defense is going to have to make another stop.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor with a nice run right there.
They should be milking the clock right here. Don't know if they will and they won't. Snap the ball. So they will pick up another first down. It's interesting that they're still even passing the ball. Don't expect to see too many more of those, as they do look to be chewing the clock now.
Who do they go with here? Oh, I handed it off to Jonathan Taylor, who fights to get 4 yards.
Loading the line, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Iowa got a lot of work to do. Not looking good for Iowa right now. All right, setting up a 3rd down. It's a must stop right here. I don't think they're in field goal range. Neither these teams have a good kicker, but he will get the first. That will just about do it.
What a game.
Obviously, they can't take a knee just yet, but That'll be their last time out. A fourth down, they can take it, or a first down, they can take a knee.
With the way they're moving the ball, if they just give it to Jonathan Taylor, he'll definitely convert here.
And
he
will.
does. Oh, and taking it for a little extra. If they want to, they could try to get another touchdown for Jonathan Taylor. Taylor got cheated out of the one that the backup got.
I mean, he had 2 opportunities, he just didn't get there.
But you know, if you want to give him that third, I say give it to Jonathan Taylor, let him get the touchdown.
They're going to take a knee right here. But Jonathan Taylor does crack 150 rushing yards exactly after that carry.
And you love to see it.
Yeah, a couple knees, and this game will be in the books for the second upset of the tournament. Had upsets in the first and the last game.
And they're taking another knee. What a game.
We do not need to snap the ball again. And they will not. 0-0 on the clock. Wisconsin will stun Iowa to advance to play LSU in the second round. Looking forward to that matchup.
You know, I said it. I said Wisconsin was going to win. Y'all shouldn't have doubted me.
Did you say they were going to win, or did you say that you wanted them to win?
I mean, yay, Wisconsin won. Woo.
Yeah, that'll be. Do you have a player of the game in mind?
I feel like it should just be Jonathan Taylor.
I'm not necessarily gonna debate that. Russell Wilson had a decent day, nothing special, no touchdowns to him. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, 150 rushing yards.
Yeah, I was about to say George Kittle and Hawkinson did have a great game too.
Yeah.
Oh, and more. Dang. I shout out the entire receiving corps.
I mean, nobody really stood out for Wisconsin either. So even if he sticks out on defense, J.J. Watt, 2.5 sacks. T.J. Watt held to none. He didn't even cause that much pressure. Worse was clamping him up on at right tackle. But J.J. Watt would not be stopped. They did have a couple of defensive touchdowns. Yeah, I think this player of the game goes to Jonathan Taylor.
Very well deserved.
Yeah, and with that being said, we will close this one out. The final game of the first round. The next game will be the second round, obviously. The last 8 teams. And it should be Georgia and Florida State. We'll circle back around to kind of the same order. So it'll probably be Alabama and Notre Dame after that one. Yeah, Georgia, Florida State in the next matchup. Can't wait. Hope you guys are excited for it. And yeah, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And adios.
See ya.